Hello friends, we meet again. Today is the 12th of April. Today is Hillary's birthday. As of right now, there are 1,787,080 cases of the coronavirus confirmed worldwide and 109,288 deaths. As of yesterday, the country with the most cases is once again the USA with 30,003 confirmed new cases, and the UK in second place with 5,233 new cases. And the US had 1,830 deaths and the UK 917 confirmed deaths from the coronavirus. So in terms of the deaths, no sign of slowing down. In terms of the new cases, it seems that it's kind of a steady, it's like a plateau right now. The US seems to be every day about 30,000 roughly every day. And the UK seems to be steady 5,000 something cases roughly every day. So it seems to be a bit of a plateau, and that's the same story in terms of France, Spain and Italy. There are about 4,000 something cases every day right now. Just looking through the list, no real surprises, although Russia seems to be creeping up. So Russia seems to be at the beginning of their exponential growth phase. They seem to be getting quite a few new cases every day. The deaths are still quite low though in Russia, so that's a good thing. I read a report that yesterday in the Amazon, in some of the tribes, they had cases of the coronavirus. You have to wonder, how did the virus get there? And what will happen to the rainforest if a lot of these people die? Because I was thinking the only reason why the forests are still there is because some of these tribes have been fighting to keep their land. And if they are wiped out by the coronavirus, then what's going to happen to the forest? Alright, on to some other stories. Yesterday I said how the UK had a challenge ahead because of the Easter weekend and the warm weather. And yeah, it seems that quite a lot of people have not been following the rules, and there was a massive surge of people going to the parks. There were lots of police, so people didn't really get much chance to sit down and chill as they would have liked. I saw videos of police using megaphones telling people to move on, get out of here, you shouldn't be here, blah blah, all this stuff. And police riding horses, as well as police just walking around, patrolling, telling people, hey, come on, what are you doing? This is not exercise and you don't need to be here as a group and stuff like that. So yeah, the UK kind of failed in that sense and is failing in other respects as well. So again, the UK, I read a report talking about inequality and how inequality is proving to be a massive problem when it comes to social distancing and the coronavirus. And the reason for that is some people, especially in the big cities like London, they live in really cramped apartments or houses. And I saw one report, I'll put the picture on the screen. It's basically this family who lives in one bedroom of a shared house. So in that house there are other families living in the different bedrooms. Of course, people can't help being poor, right? I'm not gonna blame someone living in a shared house. I live in a shared apartment right now. I mean, the other guy's not here. He hasn't been here since the start of the outbreak, but I'm not gonna blame people for being poor or living in shared accommodation. That's whatever, people have to do that, right? But I do have to criticize them when they have massive families, You have 5 kids and you live in shared accommodation? 5? No, I just don't understand. There's a bit of a weird thing that goes on in the world, right? The rich people, the people that can have a lot of kids and probably should have a lot of kids, they don't. They don't want kids. So some of them, they don't have any kids, or they have like 1 or 2, that's it. And then the poor people, the ones who can't even afford to raise their kids, seem to have loads of children and complain about living in cramped accommodation. I just don't get it. Like, to me, I think if I'm living in shared accommodation, having a child, okay, yeah, you can probably manage with a child. You can probably manage with 2. I mean, living in one room though, I don't know, but you could probably manage with 2. You could probably get away with 2. But I mean, after 2, come on. Unless your living situation is changing, like unless you are about to buy a new house or a bigger space or something like that, why would you continue having more kids? I don't understand. 5 kids in a shared house in one bedroom. One bedroom, sharing 2 mattresses. No, I just don't get it. I don't understand. Maybe if you understand, you can leave me a comment down below. I don't want to be discriminating. Like I said, no problem if people are poor. People are poor all over the world. I understand that. You share accommodation, you share what you can, you get by. But 5 kids, why bring 5 kids into the world if you can't afford even the first one? I don't get it. When I saw this headline, I was so angry. The UK has pledged £200 million to the WHO. My head's gonna explode. I have no further words. Just wanted to tell you that, that's all. Elderly people across the EU could be on lockdown until the end of the year. That's quite a long time for the elderly people, but you know, you have a choice. Lockdown, isolate, use technology, phones, you know, Skype or whatever, computers. I understand some of them can't, but you know, they have a choice, don't they? Lock down, stay safe, or for the sake of being social butterflies, go out, see their friends, go to the cafe, go to the pub when they reopen, get the virus and die. It seems like a simple enough choice, but there's some people who just... Yesterday I said there was a 93-year-old woman in Turkey, she recovered. I hope that's not spurring on all the old people to want to get out of their homes and start seeing their friends because they see a 93-year-old woman in Turkey recover. Safety first, guys, safety first. In New York, schools will be closed until at least September, which is great. I think clarity is what we need right now, you know? The rest of the world needs this as well. I know it's sort of in unpredictable times, but you know when you tell people like 3 weeks, another 3 weeks, 2 weeks, another week, another month, it's a bit annoying and people can't plan. You can't plan your money, you can't plan your time, you just can't make any plans when you don't know what's going on. Like right now in Beijing, we've been on, like I say, it's not full lockdown, we can go out, but stuff's not open, nothing's open except supermarkets and parks. So and we keep getting told, for example, Hillary's work, they've been told, all right, the end of March, oh no, the middle of April, no, the end of April, no, at least the end of May, no, now at least until the end of June. So like, we don't know what's going on. She doesn't know what's going on, her boss doesn't know what's going on. Every month her boss is losing money with rent and salaries and isn't allowed to earn any money because they're closed. They can't accept any payments or anything, they can't do anything right now. So it's very, very unpredictable. I think some clarity on the situation would be welcomed by a lot of people. So New York, well done for announcing that it's going to be at least till September for the schools. The UK needs to do the same, whether it's schools or work, businesses, whatever, just have a definite date. You can say something like at least until the end of July or something, or whatever. Don't just keep saying 3 weeks, 1 more week, it won't be done by next week. Like, it's not enough. The last few days I saw a few reports about this, but I wasn't sure if I could talk about it because it hadn't yet been officially reported anyway, but now I can because I've seen it in the news. And that is some African people in Guangzhou, south of China, have been discriminated against. So in the south of China, despite there being no new cases, there's been reports that cases of the coronavirus have been coming up, and it's within sort of African communities in the south of China. So what's happening now is, regardless of whether these people have the virus or not, they're being racially targeted by the authorities. They're being kicked out of their apartments by their landlords. So a lot of them are homeless now on the streets with like no notice. And they're having repeated coronavirus tests. Even when they've been confirmed to not have the virus, they're still being tested again, put into quarantine, put into isolation, and then they come out with nowhere to live because they've been kicked out by the landlords. And now it seems that some African countries have decided that's enough. They want an explanation from China, so we'll see what happens with that. Because the videos I've been seeing, not good. You can have a look on the internet for Africans in Guangzhou coronavirus and you'll see what's going on. And just 2 more things I want to talk about. One is, my friend sent me a report to say that in South Korea they've done some research and they found that the virus may stay inactive in the body for a long time and could reactivate at any time. And that's something that I'd seen quite a while back, that the virus, once it's in your body, it stays there. Like AIDS, you know, it just stays in your body and can't come out, you can't get rid of it. That's unofficial, that's what I'd heard ages ago. And now in South Korea it seems that they're doing some research into that, and it seems that they might have been able to prove that. So this virus is really, really dangerous. You don't want to get infected, because if you do, who knows? Who knows what the permanent damage is going to be? It doesn't seem to be like any of the viruses we've had in the past. So everyone, be careful. That's the first thing. Second to last thing I want to talk about is the social distancing. I don't know where they created this 1 meter, 2 meter distancing thing. It just doesn't make any sense to me. If I think about like a smoker, right? Think about a smoker. Do you think if you're 1 meter away from a smoker, you won't smell the smoke? Like, smoke is the equivalent of, you know, it's your breath, it's your vapor in the air with the smoke so you can see it and smell it. That's the only difference. You can see it and smell it. The virus you can't see or smell, but it's still in the air. So if you imagine two people, one is smoking, one has the virus, they both breathe out. The smoker's breath you can see because of the smoke. The non-smoker with the virus, you can't see their breath. But what do you think is the difference? There's no difference. Do you think if you're 1 meter away from a smoker, 2 meters away from a smoker, then that breath isn't going to go into your lungs and you can get secondhand smoke? Just 2 meters? Why are we not using the same principles and applying it to a virus? I don't understand. Why is it that they think that, 2 meters is enough for the virus, even though we know that the virus is transmitted through droplets? Not only droplets when you sneeze, droplets when you are breathing too. That's why the people on the Diamond Princess all seem to have got infected. Breathing and the shared air system, right? Smokers breathe and you can see a big cloud going out. Do you think 2 meters is enough to get away from that cloud of smoke? So why are we saying 2 meters is enough to get away from the invisible breath containing the virus of someone who's infected? I don't understand. Social distancing is closing your door and staying inside. Anyway, I'm not a scientist and I'm saying all this. I'm not a scientist, but yet I've seen so many things and I've guessed and I've predicted so many things that the scientists have later come out and said, oh, maybe. And I'm not the only one. I'm not trying to say that I'm special. I'm not the only one on the internet that's able to spot these things before they get discovered by the scientists later. It's so stupid. I just don't understand why we pay these people so much money for nothing. Alright, anyway, I'm done. Once again, we've ended on a sore note. Anything exciting? Oh yeah, I've got a documentary I need to watch. In one of the comments from my last videos, I still haven't got around to watching this documentary series, but I will. And if you've got any more documentaries, movies, activities, or whatever you can do on lockdown, let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe, thumbs up, see you tomorrow, bye bye.